We have the good cooking at home.
Is everyone in New Orleans a good cook? I'm now you've got me, kind of.
Majority. I shock a lot of guys when they find out that I can cook. I guess pretty faces and cooking don't really coincide.
No, not at all. I think I'm Italian, so we grew up cooking. That's
Mhm.
what I do. But I love good cooks. That would be another show I would like to do, is just talk to you about recipes. But
Yeah,
um,
you should.
let's talk about Dutch. Let's talk about your career. You are a beauty queen, and we know that from looking at your history. But it's not just about that. You have to have the stamina, the guts,
Courage.
the courage to go to these next levels and end up as an actress.
Yes.
That's a pretty hard journey for most people.
Yes, it is. It's very challenging at times. You definitely have to have thick skin to be in this business. You can't take anything personal. You have to stay in your own lane. You have to have a very, very solid foundation with whatever you believe in that keeps you leveled. Yeah, all that good stuff.
And a lot of family support, I would think,
Yes, and a lot of family support for sure.
because no one misunderstands you more than your own family.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
so
feel like eventually they get on board if they wasn't on board in the beginning.
you've done a lot of television, and God bless you for doing that.
Thank you.
You were on, my one of my buddies is Nathan Fillion, and you were just on The Rookie not too
Yes.
long ago.
Yeah, that was such a fun character to play.
So are you always auditioning? Is that the life of an actress right now? Is just auditioning?
Auditioning, it's a very convenient now because we're doing it in the comfort from our own homes. Auditioning, I offers here and there. I just finished a film. I was in Atlanta filming for 3 weeks. I literally just got back a day ago.
Wow.
And that was an offer, an amazing project that I can't wait um, is released. I had a brain fart. I had to have my coffee this morning. But yeah, auditioning a lot. I had one yesterday. I have one today.
And maybe one tomorrow.
Yes.
I've always been told that when actors are up and coming, you become professional auditioners and then take breaks when you get a role.
Yes. Well, sometimes. When I was just filming in Atlanta, I had an audition almost every 2 days. I just had to figure it out. I would get off set from 12 to 14 hours and had to call someone to be on FaceTime with me to be my reader and just figure it out. Like I ended up purchasing a dress on Amazon for one of the auditions because it was 1950s. I love my period pieces. So yeah, you have to like make it work.
Yeah, and you seem to be doing, well in it. I mean, you're busy, and that's something. Even in the pandemic, being busy is nice.
Yeah, it's a huge blessing. I take it nothing for granted.
Now, Dutch is a very gritty, street kind of drama.
Yes.
What was the audition like for that?
The audition for Dutch, it was pretty cool. Like the audition scene that they gave me, I absolutely loved it because it showed how much of a beast she was and she wasn't to be played with. So I was like, oh, this lady, she has balls, which I love. Like I love a woman in empowerment, right? So it was a lot of dialogue. I had 24 hours to put it on tape, but I owned it. It was a tape audition as well. Um, very, very last minute, owned it. Heard the next day that I booked the role.
Wow. And here
Yeah,
you are now, the movie's completed. The
yeah,
cast in Dutch is pretty damn good. It's an amazing cast.
yeah. It's a huge cast. I had no idea that so many people were attached to it until after I was on um, the roster, the call sheet. I was like, wow, okay, this is going to be nice. I'm a huge fan of Macy Gray's work. I think she's so talented. Lance Gross, obviously. There is Melissa Williams in there, Tyron Turner. I'm a huge fan of his work as well. So many people, so many people.
Did you have days on the set where you're just watching the director, watching the other actors? I mean, do you use that as an education for yourself as far as that?
If I am completely off book and confident with what my scene is going to be, yes, I definitely take that time to watch, to study, to pick up on different tricks here and there to learn. Um, I suggest every actor do that instead of just being in their trailer or at craft services eating. Um, Definitely use your time wise.
What attracts you to Michelle, the character that you play? I mean, she, as you said, she's,
Well,
a no nonsense kind of woman, but what are the
yeah.
layers like to her?
Well, Michelle wasn't originally in the book. The director put her in this film as like a fabric to hold the story together. And the fact that um, she is a female defense attorney and defending a drug lord that is like wanted by everyone. Everyone wants him dead. And she isn't frightened. She isn't like she's uh she's intrigued by the challenge. I love that she was so strong in her stance and what she wanted to prove to herself and to other people. And she wasn't to be played with. They kind of compared her character to, what is her name from Silence of the Lambs?
Clarice.
Clarice, even though she wasn't an FBI agent, she's an attorney, but that they wanted a Clarice with Dutch and
Yeah.
Michelle. So I think I delivered that pretty well.
She doesn't, retreat. She pursues, and she's undaunting in her how can I put it, in her forward movement. She just is no holds barred.
Yeah, exactly. And why wouldn't I want to play with such an amazing character like that?
Are you drawn more to drama than you are to comedy, or is it
I
all the
am.
same?
I am. I am. Even though like people say I'm really, really funny. I don't try to be, but people think I'm hilarious. I think it's because I'm very transparent and some of the things that come out of my mouth you wouldn't think that I would say most of the things that I say. So I guess that's the comedy part of it. But yeah, I do love my dramas.
This role that you have in Dutch shows you off.
Yeah, it really is. The long you can go ahead. The sorry. The different scenes, the courtroom scenes, the heavy dialogue which shows her confidence in her wording and just this character has such a broad, wide range in this film. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, she's special.
It's a pleasure talking with you. I know we have a limited time to go over all this, but I was so curious after reading your bios, going from New Orleans and the tragedy that happened there, and removing to LA and restarting your career. It is a wonderful story of overcoming a lot of crap.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just never wanted, giving up was never nowhere in my mind. It just wasn't never a thought to move back home to give up. Like it has been instilled in me since I was a little girl, and I took Hurricane Katrina as a blessing in disguise to get away to really pursue my dream. And I am living my dream. I'm super happy, super fortunate. I'm very, very privileged, and I'm loving the journey.
And we're loving watching you take this journey. It is such a pleasure to chat with you. Maybe sometime after this pandemic, we'll cook together. I'll
Yeah.
leave that
I
out.
love that. Yay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
We'll do a cooking show. Tasha, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.